Welcome to God Chosen Cosmic Melodies. We are back for another one. We're going to jump right into it. And we're going to talk about spiritual growth again, because in this time in humanity, we all need to just tune in and do our spiritual growth. Because when we change our inner energy, as we know through quantum physics and spirituality and religion and energy and math and science and truth and facts on top of more facts on top of more facts, it's all energy, so us as energy beings, we're automatically spiritual beings, because energy is everything. Energy is spirituality, and we are that. So that being said, spiritual growth is for everybody. That's what came to me. That's what I realized. Like, spiritual growth shouldn't just be a trend for only for some people. Spiritual growth is for all of humanity. Literally every single body on the face of this planet, no matter what background, race, ethnicity. Spiritual growth is for everybody, because everybody is a soul in human experience, okay? And whether people realize it or not, it doesn't change the truth. The truth still stands on its own. The truth will still be whether people are asleep to it or awake to it. Oh, like my ring, I got a butterfly ring with my butterfly clip. It's just so adorable. And so, like, back to what I was saying, I I just wanted to admire my butterfly for a second there. So like, even talking about bringing up a butterfly, like, everything in life transforms, and it's spiritual transformation. Spiritual growth is transformation of the soul, metamorphosis of the soul for soul growth, because within our soul evolution, we will have more things unlocked to us in this physical evolution, in the physical realm, okay? While we are in matter, remember, we are light in matter. So make sure that you matter. Like, I put that in a meme in my page on Instagram. So, like, make sure you matter when you are in matter, and make sure that you use your light to shine on your shadow parts to transform yourself from the inside out, because that's what you deserve. So do yourself a favor and heal yourself, please. And, like, even if you're already on the healing path, there's always some more that we can heal somewhere in there in us, okay? Because no matter what, even if we feel like we have healed things for ourselves, we are able to be helpful to other people's healing too. Obviously, don't compromise yourself within trying to help people heal. But yeah, healing is spiritual growth and healing go hand in hand. And when we do the spiritual growth, we heal more, and when we heal more, we unlock more capacities of ourselves, like what we're able to manifest and attract. If you haven't been drinking water, go and get water, and right now, like, while you're listening to this video, because it's helpful. Although I did see a video that said drinking too much water, it's like the opposite of what we were taught, to drink like a lot of water. I don't know. These in life, it's like contradictions and paradoxes and, oxymorons and contradictions. Yeah, like, seriously, clashing. Some people that are wrong think that they're right. And, or another example is, some people will pray to a god, but what god are you referring to? Like, some people consider the devil their god. And so, like, it's an oxymoron when someone says, I have a god and I'm praying to God, but they're actually praying to the devil. Like, it's contradicting, but some people actually believe that, right? There's another example of, like, the angels have guardian angels, and some people are referring to bad, like, dark angels, and some people are referring to angels of light. And so, like, you have sometimes, like, things, we have to be careful how we perceive things and understand things and comprehend. And yeah, there's things that we have to be careful about, and then there's other things that we need to be more open-minded about. It's all about balance. So anyways, just going with the flow here. So I kind of went off again on a flow there. Basically to say that spiritual growth is for everybody. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna keep reading kind of where I left off on the previous video a little bit further though. So to grow with joy it is important to follow your inner messages and make small, easy changes. These things will not get so out of balance, and you will not create situations that trigger strong, intense feelings because you're maintaining your inner balance, because your foundation internally is a solid, balanced, inner energetic foundation, so you can get through any energetic turbulence that presents itself. You grow with joy. It is important to follow your inner messages through the life journey and make small, easy changes throughout life. No matter what age we are, there's always things that we can be improving in ourselves, because then we get to experience a better quality of life. And we all deserve that. So we need to give it to ourselves, because nobody's going to give it to us. And on top of that, the universe is definitely not going to give it to us if we're not giving it to ourselves, because that's just how the laws of the universe work. And the manifestation techniques that we need to implement are these things in day-to-day life. We listen to our inner messages and we make small, easy changes to improve our inner vibrational state of being. Then things will not get so out of balance. I know I read that already, but I just really wanted to read it again because I need to emphasize that. We need to practice this when it really comes down to it. If you are feeling a negative emotion about something, ask your higher self what guidance you need to hear to make things work more smoothly in this area, whatever area that it could be. Every negative emotion signals you that there is a message from your higher self you need to pay attention to. This is the thing. If we reframe the way we see negative emotions throughout humanity would change so much more faster. Seriously, God guided me to this part of the book not for nothing. And like, it makes perfect sense. This author is Sanyaya Roman, Being Your Higher Self. It's really helpful, this book. But not just this book, but like all the wisdom from your lifetime, bringing it together, and having your spiritual unique understanding of all this, and your specific unique guidance that you get. Every time negative emotions come up, it signals you that there is a message from your higher self you need to pay attention to. You need to pay attention. Don't just get mad, stay mad, whatever. Waste your time and energy in any of those kind of emotions. We're supposed to better utilize our emotions so that we're able to evolve spiritually and in the physical realm. So, well, you know what? As a matter of fact, it's in all levels: emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, all the layers. Because as we know, everything's connected. So when you improve one area, other areas are also going to improve. So if you utilize your negative emotions to listen to your higher self, pay attention more to your higher self. When you hear the message, you can take the action your higher self is guiding you to take and change the situation that is causing you turmoil. Literally, everybody could fix their whole entire life from the inside out. This is literally the cure to most people's problems, because a lot of people's problems are self-made, self-inflicted problems, problematic self-prophecies that people put on themselves because they're not better utilizing their emotions. This is really important. These are small, little, simple things that we can do to greatly improve our inner world and our outer world. And I know I say this a lot in different ways in my videos because it's really important. And God keeps calling me to this information in so many different angles of viewing it and understanding it and practicing it. It's amazing, and it's not for nothing. So when you hear the message, you can take action to your higher self, because your higher self is guiding you and taking you to change the situation that is causing you any sort of turmoil. If you feel a negative emotion, stop and ask your higher self, what is the message? What is the message? What do you need me to understand? When you ask your higher self, basically ask God, source energy, because we come from source. We are source. We are extensions of source. We are one with source. And source has more intellect than our little brain, in this one brain of expression that we're in. Like, our connection to source has a better guidance system than we can give to ourselves sometimes, a lot of the times, actually all the time. Think about it, like, we're connected to the whole, and which is source. So listen to source. I really encourage you. If you feel negative emotions, stop and ask source energy, what is it that you need me to understand? What is it that you need me to change? How can I improve this situation myself for the better? And God will give you the answers. Literally, all the answers. You are the cure. You are the answers. The answers are in you. And source energy is trying to bring those answers through you to manifest through you, through your heart. If you have a listening heart, as I share in my other videos, the secrets to improving your life is having a more of a listening heart, and having gratitude for God's guidance. What do I need to look at in my life or do differently? Learn to pay attention to the slightest feelings of irritability, resentment, or negativity. Is there any area you consistently have negative emotions about or negative feelings about? Stop for a moment and ask for a message on this area. So whatever is irritating you, whatever has got you feeling low vibrational, like, those low kind of like evil feelings like jealousy, hate, disturbance, whatever description you would use for those low vibrational emotions, you need to sit with yourself and ask God, ask your higher self. And the more consistent that we do that for ourselves, the more that we'll better get to know ourselves and be able to heal ourselves from the inside, because we'll get the response that we need to heal the situation. So your highly evolved teachers have not gotten rid of their emotions, for emotions are part of the human experience. So emotions are not bad to feel, irritability, resentment, negativity. It's just, however, their emotions are peaceful. Oh, sorry, wait a minute. I'm gonna keep reading because I was talking and then all of a sudden I kept reading. So sorry, like I just noticed it almost didn't make sense. So like, however, their emotions are peaceful and harmonious no matter what is going on around them. Okay, yeah. So like evolved teachers, they'll have their emotions powerful and harmonious no matter what is going on around them, and they listen to their higher self guidance, create harmony and clarity all about them. As you achieve greater levels of mastery, you may still recognize a flash of anger or irritability, but you will learn to process these emotions in a instant and ask what guidance you need to pay attention to and let them go. This is really key for people to get through any sort of fight or situation. Like, when you are bothered by somebody else and you get irritable or impatient or pissed off or mad or sad, or whatever it is, those low vibrational emotions, negative emotions, any slight negative emotion, whatever it is, it's not wrong to feel those things, but it's really important to process those emotions in a healthy way sooner than later, because you master yourself to such a level that your emotions are peaceful and harmonious no matter what is going on around, and you use all those low vibrational emotions that come up for you to bring clarity to yourself, to master yourself, to recognize those emotions and process those feelings in an instant. You get to the bottom of what those emotions are about more quicker every time you do it, and the guidance you need to pay attention to let go of those emotions. God will always give you the guidance any second, every second you ask. God, source energy, your higher self, it's all one, but it's two separate things, but it's one. You know what I mean? Like, so this is important to do for ourselves internally so that we can have more harmony amongst each other, because we all individually handle our emotions in a more spiritually mature way. When we spiritually maturely handle our emotions, we're able to experience harmony, frequency around each other, which is a lot of the times people are not close to each other in families or friends, or however it is, people sometimes are separate these days because technology keeps us separate, because a lot of people don't know how to handle their emotions even when they are together. And so when we do this inner work for ourselves, we are doing it for each other. To spiritually mature yourself is to mature yourself in all other areas in life. So this is really important, because remember, we are souls in human experience. So you have one prominent emotion called your birth emotion and several satellite emotions. So I feel like the birth emotion is your truest form, which is soul, love, energy. Your purest form is that patient, harmonious, loving, unconditionally loving soul peace and higher self, your higher self that would guide yourself to being a certain way throughout the world and throughout your life. That's your purest form. Ideally, that's what we would like to be throughout our whole life, but we experience polarity and the spectrum of emotions. And our spectrum of emotions are the several satellite emotions that our energy body picks up throughout life, throughout the life journey, throughout the soul journey, and throughout the life journey, both, and there are many currents of energy going through you in the form of emotions. One is your birth emotion. It is a deep feeling that you have carried throughout your life. Although every cell and atom in your body is different from what you were born, unless you have undergone a major spiritual transformation, you still carry the core feeling with you, which I feel like is pure love and soul, like light. Some of you choose optimism, happiness, and complacency as your main feeling tone. Others choose an underlying feeling of pessimism, resentment, and disappointment. Some have an easygoing nature. Others feel like quite melancholy, loneliness, or unhappiness. Some people choose love as their main feeling tone. Others choose to be serious or fun-loving. Some choose smug superiority. Others choose to feel unworthy and inferior. Think for a moment about your most prominent feelings. Yeah, everybody's so different. If you're normally happy, easygoing, or optimistic. Are you tense, worried, or unhappy a lot? If you don't recognize your most noticeable feeling tone right away, simply be aware that you have one and ask to know more about it. Ask your higher self, ask source energy. You may sense it as an inner note rather than a distinctive feeling besides a prominent feeling tone. You have 5 to 7 satellite emotions that make up your prime emotional identity in this lifetime. What emotions do you feel most often? Ask yourself that, because this is really important. If you are experiencing these low vibrational emotions really often, it's because of this outdated programming that needs to be restored. You need to restore the energetic programming, your inner foundation. This is what I've been talking about, but this is another angle of talking about it and looking at it and digging deeper into it. So like, ask yourself this question. Is really important. What emotions do you feel most of the time? And course correct yourself back to your most pure state, your birth emotion. These satellite emotions I'm going to give more into in the next video. This topic has really got me going lately, and God has been calling me to talk about this and pointed me to this part of the book. Literally, it's chapter 9, and that number is really symbolic when it just opened up to it, and I've myself felt very, very called. Calming your emotions. So we're on page 2 in chapter 9, or page 4 if you consider the front and the back. It's basically page 90 from the book Spiritual Growth, Being Your Higher Self, calming your emotions. So this process of digging deeper into ourselves and learning how to calm our emotions throughout whatever satellite emotion comes up, which we'll get more into in the next video, it's a game changer. Okay, literally people's lives will greatly improve sooner than later. Okay, everything I share on this channel is to help us improve from the inside out, because this is how we change our lives. No matter what struggle or strife or situation in the world is going on, or in personal things, or whatever it is, and however it is, we can always restore these things internally from the inside out to experience heaven on earth, the frequency of heaven on earth from the inside out, because that is in our power, and we deserve that, and we must, and we will give it to ourselves. Every little incremental shift that we do, and the more deeper that we dig, we're far from the shallow now, people. We're far from the shallow now. So like, have no fear. God is here. Remember that. So tune into source energy. Remember to pray, as I always say in my videos, because it's really important. Remember, your energy from your voice, the ripples come out of your energy field and goes into the field in quantum entanglement, the quantum physics, and the quantum field. Our prayers make a difference from across the world, to our family members, to our friends, to our humanity, to everything and everyone, to all realms of existence. We make a difference. So tune into your power, tune into your healing ability, tune into your superpower to heal yourself and to send out healing energy into the planet and into humanity, because that is our power as co-creators with our creator, with source energy. So tune in, tap in, get aligned, people. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. We don't want that. And one more thing I wanted to add, we're all children that just grew up, and not every child was taught how to better handle their emotions. And I think it's really important, and I feel my soul feels that it's really important that we all get to get start from the bottom up and get to the core and to the bottom of it, start back from our inner child and restore all of those little bits and pieces, every last cell and proton, electron, neutron, molecule, every sense of us, every part of our essence deserves to feel the wholeness of healing that our soul truly is, in the baby pure soul that we truly are. We're all children that grew up, and we've gone through a lot of things throughout the polarity of life, and it's all been for growth, whether we realize it or not in the moment. It is a gift for us to be here and have the opportunity to transform ourselves. So let's do just that, because God gave us this gift to be here for this reason, to experience this life in all of its glory, and overcome polarity through choosing inner growth and healing ourselves from the inside out. Heal that inner child so that we can experience heaven on earth from the inside out, through our healed inner child, our matured inner teenager, our healed teenager inside of us, our healed inner adult inside of us. Every single body on the face of the planet has this in common, whether they talk about it or not, whether they're like spiritual phobic. Some people are like that. They don't like to tap into those wounded parts of themselves. It's like a phobia, or they just don't want talking about it, or they just don't consider themselves spiritual. And like I said, it's not even just a spiritual thing. It's the fact is, everyone deserves these deeper levels of healing with their inner child, okay? Because then the world will get to experience the God frequency sooner than later. God wants this for all of us. Source energy wants this for all of us. This is our soul truth in every single one of our souls, whether we acknowledge it or not. It's still, the truth stands on its own, like I say in my videos. Anyway, so tap into that, tap into source. And this time, I know I said bye already, but like this time for real, I'm actually going to say bye. And yeah, I send much love, and tune into your inner transformation, and I'll talk to you more about this emotional transformation stuff and spiritual growth in my next videos, digging in deeper. So if you like the vibe and you resonate, do subscribe. And if you haven't already, click like, ring the bell, tell your mom, tell your brother, tell your cousin, tell your family, tell the people you love, because it's worthwhile. It's all about the growth and transformation and blossoming inside and giving ourselves the best life ever. Because when we do that for ourselves, we do it for each other and humanity at large. On an energetic level, everyone deserves healed love and to truly live the best, higher version of ourselves in the God frequency. But it's up to us to do the inner work so that we can give ourselves that from the inside out. No matter what we could be facing on the outside world, on the outside of us, we can always give ourselves the good love and tune into that good love and solutions and positivity and healing, all the time, every second of our lives. It is free to do, and it is easy to do. It is an easy cure. It is an easy solution, time and time again. So I will talk to you all in my next video.